It's my honor to introduce our featured presentation for today, which is the State of the City. Each year, the city highlights its past year, current initiatives, and a look at the city's future. I want to introduce Mayor Richard Newton, our city mayor.
Can you hear me? Good afternoon. I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for this exceptional opportunity to give this presentation here at their monthly luncheon in front of you, an exceptional audience, in this beautiful building that I must say I think is exceptional. Are you getting the flavor of the theme for the day? To give you a hint, I've already used the adjective 3 times. So now, let me report the state of the city in one word. Can you guess what it is? Exceptional, meaning above average, rare, or superior. I hope you feel the same way, but let me tell you why I do. First, there's you, highly talented residents and business owners, great businesses, and a wonderful location in Texas in the middle of the Metroplex. Second, we are truly blessed in Colleyville with opportunity and a bright future. In years past, I called Colleyville the star of the Metroplex, and I still believe that it is. Last year, in the State of the City message, we told you about 8 objectives that we set as City Council, and we reported on the status of them all. Basically, they were all accomplished. Since then, the Council expanded that process of annual objective setting into an ongoing policy. We spent time this past year assessing Colleyville's future vision as defined in the comprehensive plan and defined in writing the overall values, strategy, goals, and objectives that matches that vision. Our values are integrity, communication, excellence, and transparency. Our goals are also on the side of this slide. For each goal, there are specific objectives that we track individually. However, there are too many to talk about them all. So far in my remarks, I've focused on the word exceptional. I'm convinced that if we live our values every day, have integrity, communicate openly and transparently, and do everything with excellence, we will continue to be an exceptional community and a unique place to live and work. As you know, exceptionalism is not a given. It's earned with hard work, smart planning, and a vision for a better tomorrow. Let me tell you about some of the things we've done and what we are doing to keep Colleyville an exceptional place to live and work. If there's one place where Colleyville's exceptionalism is already on display, it's the police and fire departments. Last year, we told you Colleyville was one of the safest cities in Texas. I am pleased to announce that this year, crime in Colleyville has declined even further. Your police department used community-driven and data-driven strategies to reduce the amount of burglaries and thefts in the city. This year, Colleyville Police reduced the annual crime rate by 2% and apprehended a thief that was responsible for 29 shed burglaries in Colleyville. This thief confessed to numerous shed burglaries over 2 years in several cities. This was simply exceptional police work. Colleyville is now recognized as the safest city in Texas and the 11th safest city in the entire United States, and that's based on FBI crime data. I call that exceptional. Thank you, I agree. You know, in an emergency, every second counts. This year, the fire department lowered its average response time from 4 minutes and 39 seconds, but it doesn't stop there. Our firefighters continue to make incremental changes to improve response times to fire and medical emergencies. We are upgrading the garage doors at all 3 of our fire stations so that they open more quickly and get our guys on the road faster. Fire Chief Brian Riley will show us the difference in this video.
Chief Riley, Colleyville Fire Department, and I'm just here to tell you today about our fourfold doors that we have in our fire station number 1. We have them in fire station 2, and we're putting them in fire station 3 very soon.
When it comes to life and death, every second counts, and you could really see the difference in that video. The fire department is also planning to put an additional ambulance into service to minimize our dependency on neighboring cities to service simultaneous emergency calls by Colleyville residents. This can speed up response times, and I can tell you it will also save you money. I want to thank all our men and women in public service for doing their part to make Colleyville exceptional. A transparent city starts with proper fiscal planning, good fiscal management, and sharing of all financial information with its residents. There should be no secrets and no hidden data. After all, it is your money. If you ever want to flip through the City of Colleyville's annual budget, it's available online. And talk about transparency, through opengov.com, all monthly revenue and expenses, and even the check register is online. So if you're interested in details, go knock yourself out. Like any well-managed corporation, the City of Colleyville finds success by smart fiscal stewardship. With our current budget, resources are allocated according to our citizens' priorities while maintaining the conservative fiscal approach that has allowed Colleyville to attain and maintain a AAA bond rating. By the way, a AAA rating is the highest rating, and it's very rare. So I can safely say this is exceptional. As you can see on the chart behind me, operating expenditures are well below operating revenues. As our revenues increase, we choose to spend less. If you are searching for a fiscally conservative government, you're looking at it. Expect to see even lower expenses in FY 2018. Cost increases have been absorbed by reductions in other expenses or by identifying alternative funding sources to allow any new revenue to be allocated for priority areas. One example of this is a $750,000 reduction in staffing costs by not filling vacant positions and without reducing service levels to you. However, we are not doing this at the expense of our employees. On the contrary, last year we completely funded salary and wage increases to bring our employees into competitive salary ranges with all of our competing cities. This has never been accomplished in the past, and we specifically raised revenue in this fiscal year budget to accomplish that priority. Another way the city is making better use of its money is by funding all capital projects with cash on hand rather than with debt. One of the things I'm most proud of in this budget is the establishment of fully funded 5-year capital improvement plans in all areas: roads, water, and sewer. This allows the city to invest and replace the city's infrastructure over the next 5 years without the need to incur future debt. In addition, our staff has done an outstanding job in reconciling all tax increment financing district revenues and expenditures over the entire life of the TIF and preparing the first 5-year capital improvement plan ever done for Colleyville's TIF, also fully funded. Here are some of the projects accomplished through the CIP, Capital Improvement Plan, last year, and some planned for fiscal year 2018. All of this information is in Colleyville.com on the financial transparency page. While what I've described is an exceptional financial position, we at City Hall have set a goal of bringing forth an effective tax rate in fiscal year 2019. Effective tax rate is defined as that tax rate that will raise no more revenue in the coming fiscal year than the last fiscal year. Your property tax bill is calculated with this simple formula shown on the screen. Since our property values are going up at a rate of nearly 10% per year, which is good and means our region is economically healthy, keeping flat revenue will require lowering the tax rate significantly. The only part of the equation that the city or any taxing entity can control is the tax rate. It would be truly exceptional if we are able to meet that goal of an effective tax rate and keep the revenue generated in FY 2019 the same as FY 2018. We may not be able to achieve that milestone, but if not, we will be able to tell you why not and what priority was funded with the additional revenue generated. I can say any expenditure requiring revenue beyond the effective tax rate will require scrutiny and justification. I feel like I ought to make an extra comment on this particular slide. This idea of setting a goal to accomplish effective tax rate, I think, is one of the most powerful and important points in this whole discussion. I'm not aware of any taxing entity ever accomplishing that or even setting that as a goal. Why? Because it's very, very hard to do. It takes a lot of political will to do it. So I want to commend our city staff and our elected officials who are in this room, all of them, for having the guts and the commitment to be willing to give that a shot. So we're going to honestly do that. I can tell you why it's so hard. To do that next year, our city staff have to save or reduce expenditures approximately $1 million next year over this year, which they've already reduced this year. So that shows you how tough that really is to do. Back on script. What many people are surprised to hear is the city of Colleyville taxes represent only 14% of your total tax bill. In other words, we're just a small slice of the pie. Colleyville is only one of 5 taxing entities that you pay your tax money to, and you can see in this chart who the others are. So your total bill is comprised of the sum of all of that. The Economic Development Department is firing on multiple cylinders to assist Colleyville businesses and improve local sales tax. Staff is working closely with the property owners and interested businesses to create exceptional commercial products across the city, including the northern and southern gateways on Highway 26, Highway 121 to the east, and Precinct Line Road to the west. On screen is the 60-acre development opportunity of the city's northern gateway on 26. The photo on the right is a comparable in size development in the region. I think it's important to show the scale of what's possible in Colleyville. The city plans to work with the right developer to make sure the commercial space is an exceptional entryway into Colleyville. Let me take just a moment to talk about the activity we're generating in the village. Occupancy rates are up as more businesses come to the shopping district, and city staff is looking to bring an entrepreneur center to the area. This entrepreneur center could assist existing businesses that may need a local office and help establish new businesses that could grow our business base in Colleyville. The idea is still in early development, but it's something that you might be interested in. Let us know. We'd love to involve you. Occupancy rates in Colleyville overall for retail and office are some of the strongest in the region, even though Highway 26 is under construction. Behind me, you can see how we, as shown in blue line, compared to our neighbor to the north in orange. Since 2014, Colleyville's retail occupancy rate has been above 90%. Again, I call that exceptional. I want to tell you about another project I'm excited about that's in process and going to City Council next week for a vote. A developer will build a 30,000 square foot retail building at the corner of Glade and Heritage, which is one of the east entry points into Colleyville. This development provides quality new retail, restaurant space, and is generating interest from a variety of tenants. City staff and the Planning and Zoning Commission want to make sure developments like this are high quality with high aesthetic value. In the review of this project, we worked with the developer to enhance the materials and architecture of the building to make sure this is the exceptional development that Colleyville deserves. But that's not all. We are working on a Southern Gateway Corridor study to help us proactively spur redevelopment in an older commercial part of the Colleyville Boulevard. The council has approved a beautiful 12,000 square foot wedding and event venue last year, which has broken ground just north of 26 and Tinker. The architecture and materials are outstanding, as you can see, and it will be a wonderful addition to the 26th corridor. 2 other ground-up retail restaurant buildings will soon be underway. One is a 6,300 square foot office and restaurant building just south of the former Bellisimo's. The other is an 11,000 square foot retail restaurant building at 26 and Longwood. State Highway 26, when completed, will be a great asset to Colleyville and the businesses on 26. Of course, while it's under construction, it presents some challenges, as we all know. The Economic Development Department is rolling out a new marketing campaign to inform the community that Colleyville is still open for business, even though we're building Highway 26. We hope this campaign reminds residents of the benefit of shopping and dining in Colleyville and how their dollars spent here go back into the community by paying for police officer salaries, park improvements, and even special events. The city recently introduced the Q1 promotion program, which we call the Q1P program. It provides sales tax generating businesses in the construction corridor an opportunity to apply for $1,000 advertising grants. Fox 4 even took note of this innovative approach.
Growing pains in Colleyville are slowing down business along Highway 26, so that city rolled out a program to help businesses affected by a major construction project.
The majority of Colleyville business takes place on 26. We receive calls on a weekly basis from business owners. It's no secret that Colleyville is under construction. We're not trying to hide from that. We're trying to be proactive with our business owners. We're here to be a resource. We really want people to know that Colleyville is open for business.
Talking with business owners about the impact from 26 construction inspired us to look at ways we can help. So far, over 40 businesses have applied for the Q1P advertising grant, and there's still time through the end of March to participate if you haven't. We are working on Q2 promotion plans to get people shopping on the corridor and in Colleyville, and we aren't stopping there. Look for Q3 and Q4 plans later this year. Now, speaking of everyone's favorite topic, road construction, I'm smiling. Let me take a moment to update you on some of the major projects happening in the city. The full-scale reconstruction of Pleasant Run Road is on schedule for completion in June. I understand the work impacts your commute, it impacts mine, but once complete, the road will feature a 25 to 30-year road, a smooth driving surface, and a much-requested sidewalk and trail which connects to Pleasant Run Park. This project has had its challenges, but the city stayed on top of those challenges and has worked with the contractor to ensure the road is built to the right standards. I couldn't give this presentation without an update on the McDonald-Will School Road and Westcote intersection that creates significant traffic concerns. We will improve traffic flow there with a roundabout. The project is in preliminary design, and we will hold a public meeting before moving forward with the construction, possibly beginning in 2019. Now let me tell you how we take an exceptional approach to construction. No one is talking about how exceptional Colleyville Boulevard will be when the work is complete. The city has invested additional resources beyond TxDOT's original plans to make sure Colleyville Boulevard feels like the city's main commercial corridor. That means enhanced streetlights, landscaping, and groomed sidewalks and trails. In addition, for the first time ever, city staff has written a street maintenance strategy, and from that created a 5-year local street maintenance program, again, fully funded. This plan lists what specific local streets will be worked in FY 2018 in each of 5 classes of activity ranging from full reconstruction to mill and overlay to simple crack sealing. This has never been done before and truly makes our approach to road management exceptional. And we have exceptional men and women, I can guarantee you, on staff working on all of our local infrastructure. I very much appreciate all of them. Exceptionalism goes beyond just our road projects. We apply this mindset to all city improvements. I've already touched on the future of State Highway 26, but take a look at the changes recently made to Hall Johnson and Church Street median landscaping. Also, I hope you've noticed the extra touch we're adding throughout the city. We will continue these enhancements to our roadways in the coming year. In addition to the median improvements, we are bringing enhanced landscaping and bronze sculptures to our roundabouts. We are still working with the manufacturers for final designs, but these roundabout statues will celebrate Colleyville's rural beginnings and family atmosphere. Staff recently enhanced and added outdoor patio furniture to the breezeway between the library and City Hall. This is a nice area where you can read your favorite book while enjoying the weather outside the library. We have also fixed the water fountains at City Hall and E. Rose Park, fixed the outdoor pole clock at City Hall, improved the general landscaping with more plants and greenery, and generally enhanced the look of City Hall. This building, the Colleyville Center, for instance, will undergo some enhancements itself. We're looking at plans to enhance 2 of the signature windows over here to my left with double doors to access an outdoor courtyard that will be constructed to the east side. In addition, the library will soon see the fruits of the long-range library plan. The public process included a plan to evolve the library for today's use by expanding the seating area. We hope to have this work completed by this fall. The Parks Master Plan is in its final stages with proposed improvement to the city trails, nature center, and the senior center. Speaking of which, the senior center is undergoing several upgrades, including new paint, awnings, floors, and more to give the space a fresh look. We need to fill these spaces with exceptional opportunities to connect our community. We have purchased the land to the front and south side of City Hall and already have big plans for those spaces. Plans are currently underway for a plaza in front of City Hall, providing an exceptional open space for residents of all ages. Take a look at the 3 proposed concepts for the plaza at City Hall. Music is real catchy. It makes me smile. If Tammy was here, she would have danced. We hope to fill all these spaces with events and people. To spur this activity, the city has invested more into its current events and annual traditions and has begun new regular events to draw people to Colleyville. Our new Movies in the Village event continues on March the 16th. I hope to see you and your family outside City Hall at sunset as we show Ferdinand. We hope this quarterly event becomes a Colleyville family tradition and that all of you are part of it. Then, on March the 24th, we introduced the weekly Colleyville's Farmer Market. Every Saturday from 9 to 2, just south of City Hall, up to 40 local vendors will sell fresh produce, meats, cheese, lotions, soaps, and more. And we hope to see you there. I think it will be lots of fun. In addition to new events, our city traditions are getting better. If you were at this past Christmas tree lighting, you saw the addition of more lights and rides. And Red, White, and Sousa is getting a new look and sound too.
Let's boogie back to Texas. So long, can't wait to get back home to the Lone Star State another day. I just can't wait. Look out, boy, I'm headed your way. Got a mind that wanders and a 57.
That's right. This year's Red, White, and Sousa is going country to celebrate our exceptional country, the good old USA, as we feature 9-time Grammy Award-winning band Asleep at the Wheel. We hope this change will bring more people to Colleyville to celebrate and, of course, visit our businesses while they're in town. So, for the last 20 minutes, I've shared what we do to make sure Colleyville remains exceptional in your eyes, community members, the region, and beyond. But more than what we do, Colleyville will not be the exceptional city it is without the contributions that each and every one of you make to the city. So I thank you all for that, and I hope you have an exceptional day. Tim, do we have time for questions or not? Anyone have any questions? I'm happy to give it a shot at answering, and I got lots of backup here if I need it. Yes, ma'am, that's my wife. Uh-oh. Great idea. Would all the staff members of the city, everybody, please stand up. Yeah. So she's always so smart. Of course, they are the ones that deserve all the credit for everything that I've talked about. We just sit up there and set policy. Any others? Anything at all? Great, man, I must answer them all. Thank you very much.